Boo, get off the stage.
You suck.
It's not meant for your weight.
Can we have security up front, please? We have a bit of an unruly crowd.
I hear the stage creaking.
Huh? What was that, Donna? You wanted to get on stage too? Come on! We've been doing karaoke together long enough. You can get up here. Alright, whatever. Well, I would appreciate it if the crowd would calm down a little bit. Okay, we're getting out of hand.
I'm scared for the stage.
I'm scared for the stage as well, but I say that not really knowing what's going to happen on
No,
the
you went to
stage,
bed bad
but
to be honest, just
anyway.
make it straight like that.
We're getting ready to start a comedy show here.
Yay!
No, yay, I want to hear hands clapping. Everybody get their hands clapped. There you go. Close enough, Ty, close enough. We can only ask so much out of the challenge, folk. Okay, first we got coming up a young lady from parts unknown. She's got a long career in special ops, right? I'm saying that right? I hope so, anyways. Or whatever, but anyways, everybody please put your hands together for Miss Liz Frisius.
You left my beer. Where's my beer?
Hey, give it up for your host here tonight, and Mr. Arizona Lou. Yes, I am Liz Frisius, the woman, the myth, the legend, and the biggest problem to ever stand in front of a commander's desk. Yeah. Grew up in the Navy, trained with the Army, spent 29 years of my life in the Air Force. According to Senior Chief, that's my dad. You quitter! Where's the other one? Yeah, 30 years enlistment's expected in my family. Trust me, I'm nothing but trouble. Worst thing about it is, like an idiot, I retired last year. Where's my veterans in here? Put your hands together if you're one of our veterans. No veterans in here tonight? Holy crap. Okay, all right, we got one in the back here. Okay.
I served a different sort.
What'd you serve?
Time.
Excellent. And we got a young lady in the back here serving beer, so make sure you tip your bartender. And also, for anybody who wants to be styling, Mr. Arizona Lou, sir, if I could get you to stand up and model for us, please. He is wearing the A1 class act, doubles in place of service dress, the Arizona Lou t-shirt. They are on sale for anybody who would like one.
I would like one.
Got your size.
I hope so.
I hope they got my size.
Well, here's the thing. Like an idiot, I retired last year and rapidly found out I suck at being a civilian.
Yeah? No.
Oh, say it ain't so.
Not so.
Oh, it is so.
Okay.
Yeah, the problem with that, they send us to training now, send you to a class to try and teach you how to be a civilian, spruce you up a little bit, make you look nice, comb the hair, be presentable. I got sent to remedial training. They sat me down in the Pentagon with a career counselor. He's sitting there looking at me, he's all, Liz, what are you good at? I said, killing and bombing. He said, stand-up comedy. I said, sign me up. Yeah, I like being in. I hate being out. See, most of the comics on scene, I'm 50 years old. Yeah, no shit, I'm 50 years old.
You said a cuss word.
Where's the cuss can? Where's the cuss can? Find me, was it a dime for that? I think I can find a dime.
I thought we were doing something different.
Yeah. Typical. But here's the situation. Most of the comics on scene, no kidding, are you guys' age. How old are you now?
20?
12, 18.
18? Okay, here's the thing. Most of our comics started about your age. Which means they're worried about disappointing their parents. I gotta disappoint the entire Department of Defense!
They deserve it.
Yeah, well, plus I got to disappoint my mom. There's a beautiful day. The day that you turn 50 and your mom finds out you're a stand-up comic. You know, somebody don't tell my mom I'm a stand-up comic. Oh boy, she found out, oh, I'm in trouble. I'm grounded again. You know, doing 20 push-ups, 50 push-ups. Yeah, they're trying to straighten me
That's
out.
Easter.
I'm snitching.
You snitching? I'm gonna tell colorless eye on your keister.
Hey, tell them Liz Frisius gets stitches.
Oh, we won't say what happened back when I was still in the service. That's a long time ago. Well, here's the thing. When you first get out of the military, they tell you get back into civilian life. Find something you love, something you're good at. Oh, boy. I tried. I joined the women's movement.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. These guys are Looney Tunes. We're going to combat the stereotype of the over-emotional, irrational female by screaming through the street with knitted genitalia on our head.
Why?
Who came up with this plan? Warner Brothers on an acid trip? That's what I taught Putty Hat. I did taught Putty Hat. After a while, you just want to grab them by the Putty Hat and smack their skulls together to see if you can spark a brain cell.
Yep.
Okay, open kimono here. Total open disclosure. I screwed up at the Baltimore Women's March.
No.
Oh, I know, say it ain't so. We've been through this routine before. We were talking equal rights, and I suggested universal draft registration. I got front row seats to Pussy Riot. My mom had a fit at me one day. She's all, "You volunteered to go to Iraq." I said, "Yeah." She said, "Why would you do that?" I said, "Mom, I'm living in Washington, D.C. The D.C. sniper's living in the area. Bin Laden's nephew lives 2 blocks away. The guy got murdered in the basement of the apartment complex where I lived. The first building I worked in got hit by anthrax. The second building I worked in got hit by a plane. I'm a damn sight safer in the war zone."
I would say.
Well, that's also the problem that we have nowadays. This whole COVID thing going on. Okay, in my lifetime, I've survived SARS, MERS, H1N1, swine flu, AIDS, Ebola, terrorist attacks, and warfare. And they want to pull out all the stops with COVID? All this thing needs is an agent and a publicist to take care of the problem. We're just going to walk down the William Morris Agency down on Sunset Boulevard here for a moment, because COVID, the problem we got with you, you're just not cute. You got all these spikes all over you, for God's sakes. Punk went out in the 80s, that's so 40 years ago.
I feel attacked.
I used to manage the Sex Pistols, but they didn't do anything. My God, I told them to update their image. They wouldn't listen. Happens, guys, So, they broke up in Oklahoma. But here's the thing, you got to be willing to update your image. I need you thinking along the lines of Snoop Dogg. You know Snoop Dogg, right? Yeah, he got brought up on that Moira rap. We took care of that little problem, and now he's selling cereal. That's what I want you thinking. I want you thinking COVID crunch. 8 vitamins and minerals. Little cherry chips in there, my grandson will love you.
Little COVID berries.
Yeah, little COVID berries. Here's the thing, once we get through that and fix your image, then we're gonna go for a jingle. You know what I'm talking about with the jingle, right? Yeah. COVID, COVID, and then I COVID, me, my COVID, and COVID. But for the ladies in the room, we got something extra special for you. Because we're gonna go for the earworm. And you know what I'm talking about with an earworm, right? We're not talking Baby Shark here. We're talking, it's a small germ after all. It's a small germ after all. Everybody sing, it's a small germ after all. It's a small germ.
My leg.
See, here's the problem. I was up at the meteor crater. Anybody here been up to the meteor crater recently?
Not recently.
Well, it hasn't changed much, trust me. Not since the days of the dinosaurs, and I know because I was born back then. The only person who can tell you better would be Arizona Lou. I hang out with him because he makes me feel young.
That's pretty mean, Lou.
Yeah, my age, you.
I am.
But I know you are. Well, here's the thing. Gentlemen, I need your help on something.
You got it.
Please quit telling women this is 6 inches. I'm 18 feet away from a woman at the meteor crater. And she goes, excuse me, miss, you need to socially distance. Houston, we have a Karen. It's like, lady, been there, had that, got the T cells. It's lousy, but you survive. She's like, oh, you're awful. You think this is a game. What happens if it is a game? This is the way we catch COVID, catch COVID, catch COVID. This is the way we catch COVID until someone goes down.
Yep.
Hey, great for ages 8 and up. And a darn sight safer than the dodgeball that we played when we were kids. You remember the dodgeballs, those red rubber balls? Oh, God.
Dodgeball, Spear the Queers.
You could just about take somebody down with that. It wasn't a proper playground game unless you were cleaning blood out of your clothes.
Yep.
But you're terrible! Lady, can't you imagine the kids on the playground? River sent COVID right over, and they pick up the smallest kid and just wing them into another team.
Yep.
Of course, you know what happens if the kid doesn't break through. Red team's got the COVID! Red team's got the COVID!
Hey, that is my boy.
But just imagine the little first grade girls. You know the little first graders with those cute little hair bows in? Just imagine them jumping rope to this stuff. 2 little microbes sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. First comes SARS, then comes mono, then comes COVID with the new paisano. Of course, even the preschoolers are getting involved nowadays. Measles. 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 COVID. We just had the holidays. Yeah, I'm surprised nobody decided to merchandise this thing. I mean, seriously, you know little Susie just can't sleep without her My Little COVID doll. Washable and oh so cuddly. And little Reuben. Oh, we haven't forgotten you, little Reuben. No. We have got the COVID action figure with new spreadable action. Goes out to a distance of 6 feet. Of course, now it's 2021, and obviously COVID's so last year. So how's this William Morris agent going to handle it this time? COVID. Yeah, you so last year. People still afraid of you. You keep evolving you all over the place. So what we're going to do, we got a new plan now. We're going to sideline you. Yeah, we're still going to go on to the future, but we're going to do it without you. Because now we're going to bring in the Redskins cheerleaders. You know, something along the lines of this. 2, 4, 6, 8. We just need to vaccinate. Defeat COVID. Yay! Hey, any of my fellow veterans in here get the anthrax shots, the botulinum toxin, and all the rest of that good stuff from the first Gulf War? Oh yeah, that'll build your character real quick. Yeah, I actually did that set at a mic the other night, and I actually really pissed off the whole audience. Oh yeah. Yeah, nothing but trouble. My own mother gave me a t-shirt one time that said, pissing off the entire planet, one person at a time. After 50 years, she's still underestimating me. I can piss off an entire country in 5 minutes or less, or your next war is free. I even managed to piss off my mother-in-law on the day she became my mother-in-law. Yeah. She caught me in the middle of the church, right before the wedding ceremony, looks at me and says, "Your 2 sisters seem so normal." So do her 12 ex-husbands. Oh Somebody upgraded their spec within their cell phone. It's like asking the Cubs for advice on how to win the World Series.
That's solid.
Yeah, but it's true because, guess what? We might be stuck with an old go-to-court bat and a couple of condemned balls. Actually, my mother-in-law's biggest problem with me, she's a vegan. And she thinks I'm Genghis Khan without the guilt complex. Guilty as charged. Can somebody tell this woman she doesn't have to eat every mushroom in the forest? It's entirely possible for a couple to have dietary differences and still have a happy relationship. Yeah, just ask Mattel about Barbie and Ken. Ken's always been meatless.
True. Good thing Barbie is a vegan.
Now, you're going to have to catch my blue set if you want the rest of that joke. I can't tell it at the moment. I'd end up standing in front of the good of my commander getting court-martialed for that joke. Well, here's the thing. My mother-in-law actually came up to me one day. She says, "Did you know not all fruits and vegetables are vegan?" How much of an arrogant ass do you have to be to go, "You want to meet you? You're doing it wrong." She says, no, you don't understand. It's not just the diet, it's the lifestyle. We're going for the domino effect. With the way my mother-in-law cooks, it's more like the dominoes effect. Because it all tastes like cardboard. Oh, trust me, I've had MREs that were better than this. I could put Tabasco sauce on it and kill the taste of an MRE. Tabasco gets killed by my mother-in-law's cooking. Oh, it is so bad. But she says, we've got all sorts of options. We've got chlorella, we've got spirulina, we've got ashwagandha. This just sounds like the Disney princess got herself an STD. She says, no, you don't understand. The candy companies are on board. They're sending a strong message. Okay, well, your vegan candy options include airheads, crybabies, and dum-dums. The message they're sending, you are what you eat. Oh, I love being in Arizona. It is the place where everything out here bites, scratches, stings, burns, or is poisonous. And that includes your Tinder date. Like I said, I'm 50 years old. When I was a kid, we used Tinder to burn things. Well, I guess that really hasn't changed. See, they did an interview recently with a bunch of young ladies and said, hey, would you really date a 30-year-old man who lives with his mom? Response came back, no, but we date a 30-year-old man who lives with his wife. Hey, I blame my generation for the social ills of this younger generation. We prided ourselves on raising children. And if you've got a 30-year-old in her basement, you've succeeded. Oh, good Lord.
She's looking at
Yeah, one of the things that comes up, you start out in the military and you're going, okay, now what? What do you guys want to be when you grow up? Have you figured that out yet? What you doing? Yeah.
I'm a heavy equipment operator.
Sweet. How about you?
On to be legal.
Firefighter?
Mechanic.
Mechanic?
On to be legal.
Legal. Well, that's one way of doing things.
Hey, Devin, just because you get up and walk around doesn't qualify you as a heavy equipment operator.
That hurt my soul.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a lot of extra special treats for you tonight. We've got posters from Arizona Lube. We've got stickers. We've got t-shirts. I will tell you that this gentleman that I'm going to bring up here to the stage, I love this man. This guy has been supporting veterans and the elderly for decades. On his own dime, he traveled all the way around the United States, going to VFWs, American Legions, looking after our veterans. This guy is absolutely fantastic. He's a former science teacher, so even though he's not a retired military member, this guy deserves combat pay. He's been in our schools as a science teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for America's favorite old man, Arizona Lou.
Hey, thanks, Liz. And thank you folks for coming. Let's hear it again for Liz Frisius. Excellent. Thanks for taking the long trip down here, Liz. We all appreciate it. And I want to thank you folks for letting an old guy up here. You ask how old? How old? 79. Can anybody beat that?
Did you say 29?
Almost. I'm pushing. Yeah, in comedy we call that a sympathy applause. Yeah, at my age I do silly stuff, like trying to still stay alive for the next hour. And I worry a lot about what's going to fall off or come off next.
Oh my goodness.
My last name isn't even Jenner.
Oh, that was insulting.
I spend a lot of time in front of the mirror looking for body parts. They're not falling off or wrinkled. I saw some new wrinkles this morning in the mirror. I'm so wrinkled, I had trouble adjusting my whitey-tighties. Until I realized I wasn't wearing any. That's not true, though. I don't wear whitey-tighties. I'm fashionable. They're stripy tighties. Yeah, I hope I don't fall asleep. Which is unlikely with you guys here. Also, it's a long ways to the floor down there. You guys are so awesome, I want you to come and spice up my funeral.
Okay.
Oh, big bad. Bad, I got you.
Don't get so excited.
We'll put a cake in your thing.
What's wrong with this thing? Anyway, too late. It was Tuesday. I appreciate what the veterans have done for our country and also for your family members because you sacrificed too. So let's hear it by applause if you're associated with the Air Force. Okay, you people were late coming to the game.
Wow.
You had to wait for airplanes to be invented.
True.
And let's hear it by applause if you're associated with the Navy. All right. Did you know Navy is an acronym? Navy stands for Never Again Volunteer Yourself.
Oh my gosh.
And you know what that means, don't you? And let's hear it by applause if you served in the Army. Or if you are associated with the Army. Anyone who served in the Army. Anybody?
My mom did.
Okay, all right. You know what Army stands for? Aren't really Marines yet.
Makes sense, actually.
Yeah. Well, people associated with the Marines are having so much fun. Let's hear it by applause if you're associated with the Marines. You know what Marine stands for? It's an acronym too. Marine stands for muscles are required, intellect is not essential. Or maybe some people at that table, intelligence never encountered. I just hope I remember what I want to say at my age.
God, I hope so.
I hope
No shit, dog.
Yeah.
if I'm lucky, I'll remember what I wanted to say. And if you're lucky, I'll wander off somewhere. Senior alert! Senior alert! You know, I could become famous. I could be on one of those electronic freeway signs.
Yeah.
I just love those things. Tell you about the senior alert. You know, they designed those to attract your attention, specifically to distract you so you can be distracted without even using a cell phone. And they had, you know, they tell you how far to some intersection how many minutes to an intersection. You don't know where it is or care about it. And if you did know how far it was from here to there, you would divide by the minutes, the miles by the minutes, and multiply by 60. Then you'd know your average speed, or you couldn't pay attention to your driving. They give you the news about how many minutes to an intersection. That's the long message. The short message is what's important. Bling, bling, and it's gone. In Montana, they had one that said, it was one of those temporary things. It said, construction zone 26 miles, slow down. I did, and I didn't get there until Wednesday.
Oh, dog.
They had one in Pennsylvania. I've gone all over the country doing this comedy. They had one in Pennsylvania that said, motorcycles, orange, you glad you look? I did at the sign. Have no idea how many I took out in the meantime. I just hope I don't wander. Do you ride motorcycles? No. Anybody here ride motorcycles? Let's hear by applause if you ride motorcycles. Okay. I need to explain something to you. Now, you're associated with the Marines, is that right?
Yeah.
This one.
No, the rest of them, or those two, I mean.
What branch were you associated with?
I'm not.
I mean, did you have parents or?
Well, I had a lot of grandparents' family.
What branch?
I'm not sure.
Not sure. Okay. Well, I need to explain something to you. I asked for an applause. Now, applause takes two hands. You did this on the table. But since you're not sure, we'll excuse you. That's okay. And you're in good company, though. I had fun with the mayor of Billings, Montana, who did this instead of an applause. It's on my website. On my website, ArizonaLou.com. Or you can just Google America's favorite old man. I'll be number one. And anyway, you can see the video there from Mayor Cole in Billings. And thank you, you're a good sport. I just hope I don't wander off to Chicago.
No kidding.
Yep. I did comedy up there. I was disappointed I didn't collect any bullet holes. And did you see the latest news? Shootings there are up 88% over last year. Yeah, well, murders are up too, but only 72%. So obviously we need to give Chicago more gun classes. Right. To improve their aim. I went to Miami to do some comedy on Halloween, and I was going to ride a broom. This isn't what you think it is. What I took was not much better. Basic economy. Let's hear about applause if you've ever flown basic economy. You're determined, aren't you?
I know it's sad.
Well, then let me explain to the rest of you rich people. Basic economy is when you're last to get on the airplane. After the standbys and the homeless. And when you get on the airplane, all the overhead bin space is gone with the wind. So I need to explain to this table. that's an old movie with a lot of scarlet in it. And they put me in a little narrow middle seat, which is okay because I have a little narrow middle butt. When I got settled in, I noticed coming down the aisle was a BBW.
Oh, God.
Do you know what that stands for? What?
Big black woman?
Well, I can't use the B word. I can't use that B word. I get in trouble. In fact, I have to drink my coffee non-white.
White make it dark.
For this show, we'll call it a big, beautiful woman. She came down the aisle. It's the first time I saw someone, oh yes, by the swagger in her step, the slide in her glide, I could tell that she was proud of her big butt. Does that make her a BBWBB?
Yep.
The first time I ever saw anybody who could caress seats on both sides of the aisle at the same time. I could tell that she had her eye on the seat next to me. Well, I sneaked down the armrest in a strategic's not the right word. What word do I want?
Stealth?
No, strategic works.
Strategic defensive maneuver. And I could tell just by looking at her that she used a 220 volt industrial quality CPAP machine. And she had a double chin strap.
Oh, dog.
And when she sat down in the seat beside me, it shifted the CG of the airplane. Now, for you that are not associated with the Air Force, and you explain that center of gravity. Well, she really didn't need the 7 seatbelt extensions they gave her. She was wedged in so tight she wasn't going anywhere except to Miami. Well, I learned that, she was nice. I had a nice conversation with her, but I did learn that the only time I could inhale was when she would exhale. Because over the armrest there was her muffin top. Under the armrest is her muffin bottom. She had to use the bathroom.
No.
Hopefully she got up first.
That shit exploded.
Yeah, she did. I'm not sure she got there quite in time, but I don't know how she got in there, those bathrooms. I did notice that she had to back in. Beep, 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 beep. When she finally came out, she was rectangular. Like she had just stepped out of a trash compactor. And she had the imprint of the waste store on her.
Oh my god, dude.
Backwards, of course. Her hip read, Esta. But that was an interesting trip. I was part of a study of posture and back pain in Phoenix at the Egoscue Clinic. Now, Egoscue, doesn't that sound a new kind of COVID-19? Well, Carson there examined my pelvis real closely. He had his mouth closed.
Fucked up, dog.
He said, Lou, your right hip is lower than your left hip. Well, I can take care of that. Oh, and Lou, You need more curve in your spine. And your shoulders are too far forward. You need to hold it back more. I can take care of everything. What's wrong with that guy? I don't know, but he sure has good posture. I make up for my waning physical prowess with my superior senior stupidity. Senior and stupid, doesn't that sound like Washington, D.C.?
It does.
In my case, I picked up my electric toothbrush where I dropped it and brushed my teeth. It was just standing there. I hadn't done anything yet. It's waterproof. I rinsed it off, and every week I cleaned the toilet.
Oh, we.
Now, I'm not saying my brothers were stupid, but I had kind of a troublesome childhood. I was a middle child. Let's hear it by applause. Anybody here a middle child? Well, then you know what I mean. Stanley, my older brother, lived in Hutchinson, Kansas. And a while back, that's where we lost him. Never did find him. I guess he forgot to click his heels together. You can laugh, man. He's gone. He doesn't know the difference anyway.
Oh, shit.
Oh yes, that's an old movie with a scarecrow and a little dog. Okay, just make sure. Well, he was into supplements, and now he has the healthiest prostate in the Greenwood Cemetery. He was also into real estate. Well, if you count one duplex that was still standing only because the east half was leaning against the west half. Now, I'm not saying he was real smart. He let Billy stay there rent-free in exchange for fixing up the place. Well, you know how that went. Billy moved in a carload of cockroaches. That wasn't funny, was it? It's not true either. It was worse. He moved in Dawn, his girlfriend.
Oof.
At least I think that's what was under those tattoos. They were so wrinkled it was hard to tell. No wonder she was a chain smoker. Has anybody here smoked any chains? Well, she did have a winning smile, though. If you count 3 teeth, they made an excellent cigarette holder. She could puff her way right through a Kansas tornado. Oh yes, that's the same movie with little scarecrow and dog. She was fancy, though. She had a curved shower rod. I think she needed the space, but it was attached to the outside of the house because nothing worked inside. So her daughter, yes, she moved her in too, could use the garden hose. Dawn's pride and joy was not her giant screen television blaring in the living room all the time. It was the long extension cord she used it to plug in at the neighbor's house.
I know that. I've done that.
That was kind of a sad state of affairs. Would you get the t-shirt, one of the little t-shirts, please? See, I'm getting old. I forgot my t-shirt up here. See, I knew you came out for a reason. Thank you, Liz.
Fix that posture.
Well, Anyway, that's kind of the story I'm saying. You know, when I was a kid, Mom used to always say, Louis, hold your horses. Of course, some of you remember that. Well, during the 70s, it was cool your jets. Yep, and what do you say nowadays?
Shut up.
Slow your roll.
Chill out.
Chill out.
Take a chill pill.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Shut up.
Now,
Don't make me come over there.
in Hawaii, if you ever go to Hawaii, remember you say, Hakuna your tatas. Have you been to Hawaii?
No.
Well, let me interpret for the people that didn't understand that. That means don't have a rack attack. And somebody who still didn't get it, sir, you need help here. That means calm your tits. Well, somewhere between the horses and the jets, it was hold the phone. Now, yes, and that is singular because in those days there was only one phone and it was fastened to the house with a wire.
Yeah.
Now today it means something entirely different. It means, hey, here's my phone, watch my video. Oh, don't hold it like that, you might send it into Telephone Never Neverland. Oh, don't hold it by the edge, you might send it to explode to the mode. I think I said that backwards. So you have to cradle it on top of the palm of your hand. How many have done that, dropped it, and broken the screen? I knew it watching too much porn. Well, you know, there's other things you hold. This is the way I held my first grandchild. All it took was me 10 seconds to understand crazy grandparents. Any grandparents here? Let's hear it by applause. Okay, you guys are getting good. Well, there's other ways to hold grandkids. This one leaks.
Yeah.
Here, Mommy, stinky baby. And when they get older, you can hold them like this. Yum, yum, yum. I hate ceiling fans. Last week I lost 3. Oh, they still run. Except they're unbalanced now. I have t-shirts. All profits go to a charity that helps senior citizens. No, it's not me. More information back there. You're welcome to take a card if you want more information about it. These are $10 each, unless you get 3X or bigger, then they're $20. But they're $10 each. And if you give one, depending on how my comedy career goes, after 5 more years, you might have something good for $12.
All right.
Or something good for stinky baby.
Hey, he was asking if you guys sold those in crop tops.
What was that?
He was asking if you sold them in crop tops.
Where they're cut off right here.
Oh, no, but I've got a pair of scissors I want to use.
There you go. We'll hook you up, Brandon. Don't worry, buddy.
Bro,
We got you, don't worry.
get out of
I got a
here.
sewing machine at home. We got you.
Actually, I took scissors to one of them. A couple of them are my workout shirts for the gym. So you can do whatever you want with them. I'll give you the.
I swear, if
furnish
you
the
guys buy
scissors.
me one just to do that, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yes.
Yeah, we do it.
At my age, though, there's some things I don't understand.
Oh shit.
I had
Mine
a
too.
comedian friend at a restaurant. A group of us comedians were getting together, and Bill Lukowski belted out, "Avery, get your hands off my jewel." I didn't know it could be spelled J-U-U-L. The only ones I knew about were the family type.
Yeah.
What did I miss? What was Avery doing with his hands?
Why do you only have one?
Yes, and poor Bill, you're right, with only one jewel.
Poor guy.
And why did he have it up on the table?
I can't answer that.
I don't understand why Sony makes such crappy keyboards in their computers. I was in the Dominican Republic and my computer left out the L. I called it the Dominican Republic. There went my reputation.
My typing.
Right?
You know, like I had one. I emailed my daughter a couple weeks later. I just got booked for 3 minutes at Harris Showroom. The keyboard left out the K. So I actually said, I just got booed for 3 minutes. Kind of a shameful situation, if you ask me.
Yeah, it would be.
Well, I try to be healthy. I see there's something else I could say connected with that. I went kiteboarding in Maui. Now you wonder what that is? That's an island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Oh, shit.
How come you agree with that? You agree with that?
No?
I do.
Oh, what do you say?
For what?
You're so disagreeable. You don't agree with that.
I was agreeing to disagree.
Oh. I got the wrong ocean. And you all fell for it. It's the Pacific.
And gummit.
And you're the first one that said, yep.
I am.
Oh, kiteboarding. Kiteboarding is where you're flying a huge kite up and doing all this, pulling you on a surfboard or a wakeboard. It's awesome. Videos about that on my website too. And there, I went there for kiteboarding and comedy, and I saw an 85-year-old guy getting a kiteboard lesson. I took care of him, and now I'm the oldest kiteboarder. Unfortunately, we didn't have the usual wind, so I did a lot of SUP. SUP, now you know, that's S-U-P, stand-up paddleboarding.
Oh.
Wow.
As opposed to what I do up here, suck. Come on now, it's the S-U-C, stand-up comedy.
Right.
Well, the suck was a challenge. First challenge was getting the big board across the sand down to the water across the beach. Well, it actually went pretty well until I got stuck in the sand with my little electric rascal scooter. So I decided to hold the board sideways. That worked out pretty well until I took out a mother breastfeeding a baby who was offending an old man until I took him out. Solved that social problem. But then I decided to hold the board under my arm and use the handle. I don't know why. The things over here. That might help a little bit. I held the board under my arm. They shouldn't call it a handle. It was so small, it would have been better to call it a fingal. But that gave me my other hand free for holding my paddle and scratching. When I finally got the board down into the water, my challenge was standing up. And it went something like this, from my knees.
I'm sorry.
I should have had a walker. I did get real good at planting face plants, butt plants, and other plants that I really can't talk about. But my last Saturday there was enough wind I was kiteboarding over the boneyard. Now that's a sketchy area where there's a coral reef. It's like Mother Nature said, let's put big rough coral rocks there just for him. I was on my custom fish board without foot straps. Now that was stupid because foot straps would have kept me on the board. So I got drug off the board over the coral reef and fed the fish with donations of skin from my legs and my feet and another body part that I don't talk about much. My left thigh. The fish said, thank you for the food. Well, coming home on Hawaiian Airlines, it was a long flight. I did get very well acquainted with the trash the bathrooms. I declare, Boeing engineer says, hey, let's measure people to make our bathrooms 3 inches smaller. And then they make the walls curve, so you have to stand like this to be in position. And you have some extra money there?
No, what are you doing there?
What y'all doing?
Anyway, have you been to airline bathrooms? The walls curve. Now, you ladies don't have to worry about it, but us guys have to stand like this. And then you notice that the faucets, when it comes time to wash your hands, have no delay. So you know you're not going to get there in time when your water's still running. Sort of like the last time you had diarrhea.
Yeah. Been there.
Yep. And then the paper towel holder has a narrower slot than the width of the paper towel, so you get confetti. And then the waste door has a spring to show that's the Estade door that I talked about. The waste door has such a strong spring you get the confetti back in your face. Anyway, for me it looks something like this. Ladies, you know what I just did? I lifted up the toilet seat and I didn't even hear any encouragement from you. I'm going to do it again, and I want to hear some noise from you ladies because I wouldn't have had to. I'm in this bathroom by myself. Nobody would have known the difference. Besides, it's an imaginary bathroom.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Because.
Now, you were clapping the... Sir, whose side are you on? Anyway, then you do your thing. Can't rush a good thing.
Set the other night, bro. He was like, ah.
You ladies will have to adjust this visual. Or, unless you're a diddle. A daddle. Yeah, you know what a daddle is? Don't ask, don't tell. Have you ever noticed the flush is so violent the toilet paper blows in the wind?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that kind of wind.
That's a good one.
That was the person before me. Well, I was going to tell you just about losing some fingers in the Dominican Republic, but maybe another time I'll do that. But let's hear by applause. Anybody here collect boxes? Good. Yeah. Now you people that don't collect boxes, you don't read instructions. First thing they say in the instructions is save this box.
I don't read instructions. I don't read instructions.
They're guidelines.
They're more suggestions, really.
I've got boxes at home in Phoenix. Boxes for printer, office chair, mother-in-law.
That was me.
My house is getting so full of boxes I may have to move out into a box. But it's going to be difficult with a mother-in-law.
Oh.
Actually, don't worry about it. That's not true. She's dead.
Probably shouldn't keep her anymore.
You know what they say.
I don't know.
Well, I have to tell you, folks, I'm dying.
No one's getting out of this alive.
Yeah, you're right. You are too. Hopefully a little later than me.
Living up to the best.
But you got to act like you're dying. Now, Stanley didn't. He didn't have anything planned or prepared. I guess he thought God would take care of everything. Well, Stanley didn't, and neither did God. So we had a real mess. So check into your advanced directives and stuff like that. It's important, worth doing. In fact, at home, I have a death tour I took my family on. Take them around. I have a death map. It's a map where all the important things are around in the house and show them where it is. Nobody wants to talk about it. Well, I do. Anyway, that's a. So, yep, I'm dying. Did you know that I don't know where I'm going to go when I die? Well, my younger brother thinks I'm going that way. But
Definitely
don't know.
I know where my body's going to go. To the University of Tennessee Body Farm for scientific research.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it's going to be kind of cool. But have you ever noticed how we try to sugarcoat death?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gone to greener pastures, pushing daisies. I'm going to be pushing dandelions and weeds. Oh, we just passed the law. I'm going to weed. And
Yeah, it's legal now.
yep, it's legal. And also, we try to sugarcoat on the way to death. We used to send Grandma to the corner to the old folks' home. Oh, well, that might make people think they're getting old. Well, guess what? They are. But we can't offend anybody, so they change it to the senior center.
I like that saying better.
And after, 20 years, they said, well, that might offend somebody, so they changed it. And now they have the Dare County Older Adult Center. And when I go, they'll probably have the Older Toddler Center.
Yeah.
I'll toggle in, and then I'll toggle back out. I want to live a long time, though. On my 100th birthday, I plan to still be in the game. Although I won't know what game by then. Or what the score is. But you can bet I'll still be on the bottom with the Cleveland Browns.
So many bad
I try to be fit. I don't take supplements like creatine. I got a whole some string beans the other day that were so stringy by the time I finished eating them, I'd already flossed my teeth. I stopped by Walmart. I don't park close to the door, that way I can strut my tired blood as I run in for a few things. Running back to my car, a kid said, "Hey, old man, how come you run so fast?" Well, you would be too, son, if you've been shoplifting. String beans. Also stopped by the gym. And you got a little gym north of here, that way I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, stop by there. And I recognize the equipment from when I was a kid. Yeah, all they did is add new foam pads and logos to machines from the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah.
Now, you're into history, you understand that was 650 years ago.
Yeah, you've been around a while, Lou.
Yep, I've been around a while. Hate to say that, but I'm counting, that's number 2. I might be number 3. But there in the gym, I had to quit doing the bench press. because they bolted them all down. I can tell you haven't crushed any benches. I had trouble getting the dumbbells home. The 45-pound dumbbells, you know, the free weights. Put one of those in my gym bag, and my ex said, Lou, I'd be unbalanced. My ex would say, Lou, you've always been unbalanced. Well, I recognize the equipment like I say. Have you ever noticed from the pictures back during the expansion position, the naked subject on the rack always had a little white cloth covering just the right spot?
What?
The pictures from back, the old ones, in the torture chambers. The guys on the rack, the equipment there where they would stretch them out and torture them, always had a little white towel covering just their, you know what.
They're peepees.
Okay,
Yep.
I knew that.
The fun spots.
Check it out sometime. Google it. Well, I was the towel boy.
Oh no.
Don't stretch him out yet, I've got the towel here. He was gonna have a bad day. Hey, let's hear it if you want me to do it. Here's my applause. Hey, he was having a bad day till I came along. I was his absolute high point. Oh, I forgot he was black. Oh, I'm not supposed to use that word. He was non-white.
Yeah.
But that's, people wonder what kind of a guy would tell that kind of a joke. Disgusting guy, probably.
Yeah.
But tonight is my 1,169th appearance, I think. And you know, that just proves I can count.
Yeah.
I've done comedy in 5 states, and 50 states in 5 countries, and you know what that proves? I've been busy. But I didn't always go by Arizona Lou. I got confused with another guy named Lou. And since I was the only one from Arizona, they said, hey, I'm going to call you Arizona Lou. And the name stuck. And before 1912, when Arizona became a state, I went by Territory Lou. And before that, I went by Caveman Lou. These keep coming. And they get worse. Before that, I went by Ditch Lou. See, what did I tell you? Well, it was just a little ditch. And then after grew and grew, Grand Canyon Lou. And before that, Jurassic Lou. Now, some of you probably think I'm from ancient history. I always had trouble with history. Probably started in junior high during social studies. When I was, in the afternoon, I was always distracted by a pesky boner.
Right.
Yeah. Well, in today's modern society, for you ladies, I need to explain it was my own. The fashion then was tight pants. I looked down to see if it was noticeable, then I looked around to see if anybody noticed. Then I looked around to see if anybody noticed me looking around. Yes, Miss Perkins, the answer's wood. Roe Wilson. Now, Louis, you know that's not right. Longfellow. Now, Louis, you have to pay more attention. But Miss Perkins, you don't know how hard it is.
No pun intended.
Well, I have a lot of fun doing this comedy thing. And I didn't start my watch.
It's 8:20.
8:20. Okay, you've got a little time left. I drive a minivan. On my website, you can see how I tweak it out so it's my home away from home. But I don't want you to believe everything they tell you about the old guy in a white minivan. Because I don't have candy. And I haven't lost a puppy because I don't have one. Or biting, chewing, peeing, pooping, or petting. At least not petting that kind of puppy. With today's technology, I could, that's the key word, I could get lots of kids. Hey, I see you. I've got free Wi-Fi, unlimited data, no throttling. Oh, I see you broke your screen, but you'll have to get in line. I could get so many kids, I'd have to beat them off.
That's bad, Lou.
That one was bad.
And I'm not even a priest.
Oh,
Yeah, these are jokes, man. Well, I don't know how I'm going to leave this world, but I want to leave this world going as fast as I can. Having fun. And you'd walk this way too if you lost your balls.
Probably.
Marbles?
I want my obituary to read something like, Arizona Lou died in an avalanche of boxes.
Man.
So I had voice surgery, and it's embarrassing when my voice goes up high. About once or twice a week. It's really embarrassing on the telephone. They'll say, how may I help you, ma'am? Or when I answer the phone, hello? May I please speak to the man of the house? I am the man. Or worse yet, hello? Are your parents home? Yes. They told me in life to earn everything. So I put them up on the mantle. Hey, folks, it's been an hour and I'm still alive.
Yes.
And remember the t-shirts, they're real useful for cleaning up after your homework, wiping your dipstick,
Yeah.
and other things, so be sure to pick one up. Also, I have other stuff. My name is Arizona Lou. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lou.
If someone wants to sponsor that big poster, it costs me $50, so you pay $50, I'll sign it, and it'll be yours, if you'd like to. Also, the smaller posters scattered around, $5, I'll sign one of them. I'll sign anything for $5. Not down there.
Will you sign my heart, Lou?
Love to. Anyway, check it out, look at stuff, and thanks for coming.
Thank you, Lou. Good job. Good job.